a little off topic there. There we go. So welcome to our next installment. So in this one, we're going to actually be using tangent to find the angle. Okay. Now, in the other video that we just watched, or you would have just watched, we set up the ratio, and then we use the ratio to figure out what number is placed where in terms of opposite, adjacent. Well, we know that this side is always going to, as a reminder, be the hypotenuse. Okay, it's the longest side. Because the angle we're trying to find is over here, this side is actually opposite. So let's just go ahead and label that for our own purposes. And we know that if this one's the opposite and this is the hypotenuse, that becomes the adjacent angle. Now, in trying to set up this formula and figure out the degrees of the angle we're looking for, we've got to go back and set up the ratio. And now the ratio for tangent is that tangent of theta is equal to the opposite over the adjacent, right? We know that. That's kind of been stated there. So now how do you work through it? Well, working through it is actually relatively simple. First, biggest thing you do is we just substitute the numbers that we need into the actual equation. So for this one, it goes the tangent of theta equals opposite divided by the adjacent, which is 3. Okay? That part's relatively easy. The thing is we have to get this over here and figure out the calculator function. Now to do this on the calculator, it's relatively simple. Okay? Theta is going to equal the tan of 3 over 4. Oh, sorry. Of 4 over 3. That means theta, working through the calculator. Now you're not going to be able to see my calculator because we're on the screenshot. But if I take a look, remember this is the calculator that we're actually using the online. What you do is you take tan, so you hit it right here, -1 tan, gives you a bracket, 4 divided by 3, and then you close the bracket, and it gives you your answer. And if you look, I don't know if you can actually see it, it's 53.13. Okay, so theta is actually going to be So now we know that according to these measurements, with the hypotenuse at 5, the opposite 4, the adjacent at 3, that the angle of theta is going to be 53 degrees. And that's pretty much it. Okay. The next step is how to calculate the missing angle. But we know that. Okay. And we know that because we know that the interior value of a triangle is 180 degrees. Now we know two angles. So if I go over here, okay, we know one angle is 90 plus 53 minus 180 is going to give me my last one. This is, so just as left it off, we know our 90, we know our 53, total angle is that. Those added together is 143. We subtract it from the total number of degrees. It's in a triangle, 180, which gives us a 37. So the final product after using the tangent function would be that this angle is 90, this angle is 53, which inversely makes this the 37. Okay, and that's kind of how we use tangent. Next video that's going to follow, we'll go quickly through, we'll see 2 more examples as to using the tangent function and the calculator that I have posted online, that we're all on the same page.